All right, so this is some real data that I collected by Horry County. The years start from 2000, so 5 would be 2005, 10 would be 2010, 2015, 2020, 2024. And then these are actual data that I found online from the census. And so in 2024, there was a little over 400,000 people living in the county. And so we have to answer some questions based on that data. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split my screen, and I'm going to type in, plus table, and I'm going to do 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 24. And then I'm pretty sure you could copy and paste. I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm just doing Control C, Control V. Okay, so the data point's going to be way, way out there. It's hard to tell, but I mean, obviously those points are going up. If you've lived in Horry County, 1 year, 2 years, or your whole life, like you know that the population is increasing very rapidly. So we're kind of going to explore that here. So after I type in y1 squiggly mx1 plus b, one thing I didn't really talk about is that, the R value, not the R squared, the R value, that is the correlation coefficient. So based on this data, there is a strong positive correlation between the amount of years and the population. So sometimes they ask specifically, like, what is the correlation coefficient based on the population? And as soon as you type in y1 squiggly mx1 plus b, it literally just tells you what that is right here. That's beside the fact. The first question, I believe, is what is the line of best fit? So if we were just to round this to 2 decimal places, it would be y equals 8884.59 x plus 187,894. So that would be my line of best fit. And that was, I believe, the first question. It says, no, wrong one. It says, what is the line of best fit for the data? So you should have just typed in y equals 8884.59x plus 187,894. I didn't ask, I didn't tell you what to round to. So something along those lines, if you drop the decimal, that's fine. If you, raised it up one, if you round it up, that's also fine. But that is the line of best fit. Then it says, how many people were living in the county in 2020? Well, I'm pretty sure we actually have data. So this is like an actual data point. Because we have that. All you have to do is look in the spreadsheet. So if you look in the spreadsheet, in 2020, there were 365,449 people. So 369, 440, was that right? 449. 365, I was way off. 365, 449. Just trying to remember. 365, 449. All right, so that, I also just wrote it in the wrong blank. 365, 449. That's an actual data point. But then it's how many people are predicted to live in Horry County in 2030. So we don't have data for 2030, like it's currently 2025. So this is a prediction, right? We're using the line of best fit to actually predict this value. So it's the years since 2000. So you would say x equals 30, and you plug in 30 for x, and then you just type that into Desmos. So you would do what you're actually typing in the Desmos is 8884.59 0.59. Put in parentheses 30 plus 187,894. So you take that, you plug that into Desmos, and it should give you an answer to how many people should be living in the county or predicted to be living in the county in 2030. So y equals 8884.59 parentheses 30 plus 187,894. So there are roughly 454,431.7 people. So we could just, because it's people, we're just going to get rid of the decimal, and we'll just say there's 454,431 people predicted to live in Horry County in the year 2030. So our answer should have been 454,431 people. Because you can't 0.7 of a person, so we round down. So it'd be predicted roughly around that many people in the year 2030. And I believe the next question is just how many people are in the year 2035. So all you do is just make that a 35. And we're at just about half a million people. So there would be 498,854 people predicted. Like, again, this is if the trend was to continue, if the amount of people was to continue to increase at the same exact pace every single year, there would be roughly 500,000 people living in Horry County in 2035. Then the very last question says, what year will it be? So it says basically years is X. So find X when Y equals 1 million. So there are 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6 zeros. So this time you are keeping this in X and you're changing Y to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to a million. And so what that would look like is this is you would actually have to solve this equation. So then you would put your slope, which I forget what it is. It's 8,884. .59x, and then plus, I'm gonna run out of room, 1,878. Oh no, I ran out of room. Let's do this. Let's do okay. Well, you have to plug in 1,000 for Y, and then you have to solve for X. So I'm gonna do that. Just give me a sec. So 1,000 or 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 equals 800 or 8,884.59x plus 187,894. And you have to solve this equation. So you subtract this, and those go away, and then you just actually type that in on Desmos. So you do 1 million, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 minus 187,894, which would be 8. Split my screen here. 812, 106, and that equals 8884.59x. Then you divide by 8,884.59. And you should get the year. So it says 91, 91 years after 2000. So roughly in the year 2091 or in 2091.4. So like almost close to 2092. 2092, there would be an absolute guarantee that there would be 1 million people in Horry County. So to confirm that, I take my equation, and if I plug in 92, there's over 1 million people. If I plug in 91, it's just shy of 1 million. So in year 2091 or 2092, there would be 1 million people in Horry County. So it's not going to happen for a long, long time, even if our trend continues to increase at the same rate. So 2092 is the answer.